Alright, so now, remember where we're at. We got let out of jail from some stranger. We don't know who actually paid for our bail, so at least we're out of prison. We tried to go to our castle. Our grandmother is very upset with us. She thinks we burned down the castle. We're saying we didn't, so we have to try to prove to her we didn't. I don't know if we did. I don't know. Our character's kind of an untrustworthy protagonist, so it's kind of interesting. And the next thing we want to do is try to go to the hotel and talk to the owner there, because he should be able to vouch for us. For some reason, he lied. Okay. I'm going to do my manual save. Should be a little bit more recent. Does it have a timestamp on there? It does. Wow, that autosave is like an hour off my manual save. So, note to self, don't rely on autosaving. Yeah, jumps and catches leaderboard. That's right. Blaze needs some competition there. Alright, so if I check my journal, this is kind of what we're tackling right now. Murray's false witness statement. Why did Murray maintain that he hadn't seen me in the hotel on the night of Miss Valley's murder? That's just a complete lie. It was on that very evening that I actually even asked him what the time was. I need to understand his motive for making his false statement. So, Raul, for tokens, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can customize your little characters here with different graphics, like hats and masks and weapons and things like that, change colors. You can use tokens to play sound effects in the stream. And if you save a whole bunch of tokens, you can actually request a game to stream, which is what we're doing right now. This game was requested by Therapy. Yeah, tokens are the reason we're playing this game. Alright, and the first one and the second one. But yeah, it takes quite a while to earn enough tokens to request a game. Gotta be dedicated. Alright, so we went... The museum's closed right now. You know what I think I did wrong? Oh, here it is, Road to Hotel. I think before I had gone down this route, Road to Woods. Place not for me. Well, I mean, type exclamation point watch time. That's dedication.
Then let's see what Murray's got to say in his defense.
There we go. So all the audio should still be good. Yeah, Monkey, I think you mentioned it in the Discord too. I think it was Spider Monkey that got you that. I don't know if Spider Monkey's still here, but definitely say thanks next time you see him. Very cool of him. So we have been to this place before, I believe. Oh, this is where they had all the, like, silly, touristy stuff in there about the murders and whatnot. If I'm remembering correctly.
Definitely not drinking water.
12 hours. Well, I mean, 12 hours is not insignificant, Raul, but you haven't been around for as long as everybody else, so totally understandable. You'll get there if you stick around, if you want to, which would be awesome.
Murray stating his patriotism. The old phony.
I'm interested to see the characters we've met before, because I'm wondering if they kept all the same voice actors. The main character is definitely the same voice actor.
Mr. Michaels! Welcome back to Gordon's Palace. We missed you here.
How's that? The last time we saw each other was Thursday, 3 weeks ago, when you threw me out of the hotel.
I think we're about to murder him.
Thrown out of the hotel? How did that happen then?
The thing with the sewers, the secret entrance in Angelina's room. That ring any bells?
Really? Oh yes, there was something. Ah, well, please excuse me. I did overreact a little. I hope you're not going to bear a grudge, though, Mr. Michaels. I'm very happy to make things up with you. You'll also understand that I couldn't hold your reservation for such a long period. Unfortunately, your room is occupied at the moment.
Staying at this place?
But you can have another, a bigger, nicer one, for a small price, really. And for such a room, a ridiculously tiny price.
Sure.
So you've remembered then. Very good. Then please go right back to the police and tell them that you know exactly where I was on the evening that Miss Valley was murdered.
Was that the same day? Are you sure? Now, it may well have been. I don't pay much attention to that kind of thing. Why should I? It's really nothing to do with me.
You two-faced snake! I insist you march down to the inspector and tell him you want to change your statement.
Mr. Michaels, you're free. I don't understand your problem.
I'm only out on bail.
Oh, my congratulations. Oh, I'm sure that wasn't cheap. However, in spite of that, I still don't see why I should get involved with things that don't concern me.
It's gonna
You can't be serious.
end badly for this
Thanks
guy.
to you, I've just spent the past 3 weeks sitting in a cell as an innocent man.
Mr. Michaels, I really am extremely sorry, but I can't fulfill your request.
No, he's not.
My own credibility would be on the line if I were to simply change my mind. Unless...
Unless what? Come on, spit it out and quit
This
playing
music.
around, you pathetic little blackmailer. Otherwise, I promise you that the murder series will continue. Here and now.
Ooh.
No. Admittedly, I'd be the last one who's standing in your way.
That was a threat.
But a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, isn't that so? All the same, I would like a photo of you. Nothing sensational. Maybe somewhere in the woods with a knife in your hand.
It's kind of incriminating,
So
isn't
they
it?
can send me straight into the madhouse. No way.
Okay, think about it. A watertight alibi for a tiny little amusing photo. It's not a bad exchange.
You are one nasty dirtbag, Murray. You know that?
I'll even give you a camera to take it with. My best one.
This guy. This guy.
Yeah. Does it still work using a lever?
It's a collector's piece. One of the first instant film cameras on the European market. An SX-70. And still in great condition, too. 15 years ago, a very well-groomed gentleman handed it over to me as a deposit in my pawn shop. He never picked it up again. So, you can say that I obtained it quite legitimately. And now, I entrust you with it. Pay attention, I'll tell you how it works.
That's okay. I'll work it out. If I choose to use it.
But that's not all. I've got another present for you. Here, a brand new rucksack.
Ooh. A backpack with a creepy face on it.
And free food and lodgings for as long as you wish, Mr. Michaels. Accept it as a peace offering and reparations for the trouble with the statement.
You really are a few cards short of a full deck.
Touché, Samuel. I
Mr. Michaels,
am Samuel
wait.
Backpack.
What do you want now?
Forget the woods. In front of the castle would definitely have much more impact. The photo, I mean.
And people think I'm crazy.
So he's trying to get this photo to sell it? I'm not exactly sure. The problem with the photo is it makes us look like a killer, which everybody already thinks we are. So I just wouldn't want to take it on that standpoint alone. Diddy, how's it going, Lurk? I have no idea what's going on, but I agree. Kill him. Your crocheting is going so well. Oh, that's so good to hear, Janie. And Monkey. So yeah, if you watch the stream from multiple devices, you can't get like twice the tokens. It isn't a bad idea to like help support a streamer if you want to do that though. I mean, obviously it uses more data on your end, so for some people that could be a problem. But Twitch does allow you to watch a stream twice from one basically IP address, like one home, and you actually do count as 2 viewers. So it doesn't help from a token standpoint, but it does make our actual viewer count go up, which is kind of cool. Murder is always the answer. I mean, that's how I solve games, Tajay. Or haven't you noticed? All right, let's see what other crap he has here. There used to be all kinds of like little weird Samuel Gordon relic toys here, remember?
This is information about all the attractions Willow Creek has to offer. The Murder Museum, the crime scene route including a flying visit to the pub, and a group photo in front of the castle. I don't really want to know it.
Oh. Have fun 248. Welcome to the stream, have fun, and thank you so much for the subscription. I really appreciate it. my 3 puppies there. Really appreciate it. You are awesome. Thank you so much. And that means another token gets dropped out for you guys to grab. Thank you again. Have fun, 248. And are you familiar with this game? This game is madness. This whole series is madness. Make sure you guys can still see it. There we go. So you're trying to finish with the colors this weekend, and then you can start working on the edges. Oh, you're getting close, Janie. You're getting close. And you can fit it on a queen-size bed. That's awesome.
Huh, what have we got here? Bloody greetings from the murder village. See Blackmere Castle and die. Hello and goodbye with the Gordons. Quite a one-sided selection of cards.
Hello and goodbye with the Gordons. Just seen me play it, that's the extent. I mean, what else do you need? we played the entire series. Well, we're on the last game of the series, but we are going to complete the whole series, which is awesome.
Huh.
Did somebody finally get it? I missed it.
Castle
Tajay,
poster
good catch.
format. I wonder who would hang this kind of thing above their bed.
I mean, I might. I got some weird artwork. I haven't shown you guys all my artwork yet.
A big trolley for the masses of baggage the tourists that flock through here have with them. Murray always did have a bit of a tendency towards delusions of grandeur.
I mean, all the, like, artwork that I purchased for my house, I did it basically as soon as I got my own place and I was pretty much a bachelor, so take that for what you will. It's all nerdy stuff, but I should definitely take some pictures of it and post it on Discord or something. Can't wait for the reboot request? What do you mean? Oh, thank you for the lurk, monkey.
The Willow Creek Telegraph. The guests need to be kept up to date with what the murderer is up to.
I mean, wouldn't that be a pretty, I guess, repeating thing by now? Like, the news from that stuff is over how long ago? Although when we come back, things get bad again.
A bowl of apples. Probably poisoned.
Knowing him? Yeah.
Murray, my favorite hotelier. Obliging,
Is that a word?
helpful, polite, and always on the lookout to maximize his profits on the back of crime.
A hotelier? I mean, it probably is a word, but interesting. Sam going, me too. Oh, the Black Mirror reboot. Sorry. Can't wait for the reboot request. That makes sense. Yeah, it's probably going to be terrible, but I almost feel like we have to stream it. That was really short lurk, monkey.
Private.
Aw. And we don't have a room, so he won't let us in here, right? Or do we have a room? Somebody over there. Wait, no, we did get a key.
My hotel key. Wow, I've got room number 2 this
That's
time.
right, okay. So it's interesting. He doesn't want to help us with an alibi unless we do something for him, but he's given us free food, free room, a backpack, all kinds of goodies. Kind of interesting. Did we even pay him? I don't know. I'm surprised Darren doesn't have paparazzi. I mean, remember, it's a very small town, Blaze.
A rucksack with a contorted image of my father's face on it. I'm not sure Murray's actually allowed to sell crap like this. Whatever, I'll sue him for that later. First of all, let's see what's inside.
He'll definitely send us the bill, right? Ooh, we got a lighter. Also with the face on it. And a knife. What? And the soul... Okay, I remember this thing, I think. Didn't this light up? Or am I thinking of something else?
Plastic soul key, check. Batteries, none. Murray tight ass, check.
That's a good song. Come on, baby, light my
One of Murray's
fire.
merchandise articles. A blood-splattered plastic knife. Great for Halloween, especially in combination with a Samuel Gordon mask.
I imagine people running around this town with a Samuel Gordon mask and the knife, almost like Michael Myers in Halloween. It's kind of cool seeing characters walk around and doing stuff. Yeah, you don't see a lot of Wayne Gacy merch. That's true. Thank God. I mean, maybe he was from a small town, though. I don't know anything about him, but what if you went to, like, his hometown? You might find some weird little shop that tries to, like, make it seem like it's a cool and interesting thing that should be celebrated? I don't know. Hopefully not. But I also have to say it wouldn't surprise me.
The room looks almost exactly the same as the other one I had 3 weeks ago. I bet Murray got a discount on the interior decoration.
This is a
While
weird...
I'm here, I may as well put away the stuff I don't want to carry around with me.
This is a weird camera angle. It's like uncomfortably close. It's like a security camera, almost. Oh, that's what it's probably supposed to be. Oh, he's from Chicago? Yeah, probably not. I bet there is a camera watching him in here.
There's only atmospheric noise. You probably have to pay extra to get TV channels.
Oh, but I thought we got, like, the suite. Like a nice room.
The only thing I brought with me from Boston is a jacket, and I keep that on day and night. This thing is completely useless to me.
Aw, Monkey, thank you again for the lurk. An actual lurk this time. Last time I feel like you just got up, got a drink, and came back. See you, dude. I really appreciate it, man.
A couple of standard pictures from a catalog hanging on the otherwise bare wall. An antiquated
Ray.
for antiquated backsides.
I thought you were still here. What's up, Spider? How's it going?
They've covered up the ugly gray carpet with an even uglier beige carpet. Great idea.
Phage. Honestly, Blaze, I kind of like the character's voice now. I mean, it was definitely fun, like, teasing how certain words were pronounced, but, like, it's kind of endearing over time, I guess. I don't know.
A couple of standard...
There he is. I am always here. Always watching. Okay, there isn't too much else we can do in here. Okay, let's get out of here.
Ultra Combo!
There it is. Thank you, Spider. That's one way to spend your tokens.
Lifted clean off its hinges. They were probably broken.
Those are some huge doors.
Back there's just a little sitting area. 2 armchairs, a table, a shelf with books. Boring.
I could have sworn I was going to go back there and, like, talk to that person. No, that's all just window dressing, just to give the place atmosphere. That's kind of cool. I mean, I do appreciate it when they stop you from trying to go some places you should.
Samuel Gordon.
There it is. Love it. I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I mentioned this yesterday, but I tried to watch a review of Black Mirror 2 to kind of catch me up on the story. I couldn't find one. I found reviews for Black Mirror 2 and 3, but apparently nobody just reviewed Black Mirror 2, at least that I could find on YouTube. So I had to watch it and then stop it right when it went into Black Mirror 3 details. I don't want to spoil anything.
Wasting water like that wouldn't really be Murray's style. I guess it's rainwater that's pumped up again and again.
Okay, before we used to be able to walk on the left side over here, I think. I don't see that anymore. We can go down a path over here.
There are a few steps leading down behind the hotel. To the river, I reckon.
Oh, maybe we can't actually go that way. Alright, well, I guess we should probably go take that picture he wants. I think I kind of looked at that once, Blaze, and I'm pretty sure I've heard every single one of those sounds, at least used once in the stream. There might be a couple of the lose ones that haven't, maybe. I love that in a scary game. But I'm pretty sure we've heard all of them. Like the one I'm not sure about is Halo? The lose Halo. I think we have. But that's definitely one of the rarer sounds. Okay, so to go to the castle, we have to go this way. Oh, but they won't let us back in, will they? After we talked to Grandma, she got pissed. And I don't know if we can get to the gate again. Let's try. Actually, could I just use the map and go there? This is kind of cool. Okay, Willow Creek. Let's just go straight to the castle. Did you see that? There's a little character on the map that just runs at 100 miles an hour until he gets to the destination.
Victoria's had me thrown out. Not a good idea to bug her again.
Okay, so we're not going to be able to get in that way. Wait, this is the castle. Yeah. Okay, this is the castle we want the picture at. Let's see if I can just take it through the gate.
Here goes nothing.
Maybe this is good enough. Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like a selfie. I love it.
A photo of me in front of the castle. That'll have to do for Murray.
I mean, without setting it up somewhere, it has to be a selfie, but it's just kind of funny, like holding the camera with one hand and the knife in the other. Totally not incriminating. I love this little character. It's funny, I almost forgot that I could even do that therapy. Alright, so let's go give him his picture. Now you guys can see, right there, you can hardly see it, but that's our little character there. So let's go to the hotel down here. Look at him go. Gotta go fast. They should totally play Sonic the Hedgehog music there. Oh, look at the picture. I tried right-clicking it. It doesn't let me.
That'll have to do for Murray.
Maybe... I think you just right-click on things to zoom in if you can, right?
Madame, my lawyer's business.
Yeah, like I can right-click on that, but when I right-click on the picture...
A photo of me in front of the castle.
It just says that.
That'll have to do for Murray.
Unless there's some other... Wait, display hotspots? No, that's not it. I was gonna say, maybe there's some other control to zoom in. Let me verify real quick. Options... I don't even know if I can look at controls. Oh, it could be in the diary. That's true. Yeah, let's check that. Table of contents. Murray's false statement. I think it'd be in here, right? He says he's supposed to get a photo for Murray. Nah, nothing. Dang it. I know, I want to see a good close-up version of that, you know? I do also think the backgrounds are more animated in this game. Could be my imagination, but it just seems like there's more stuff moving around. Gives it a bit more life, you know? You just saw something say we're east of England? Oh, when I was browsing through the journal? That's really cool.
Hi, Murray.
Oh, the esteemed Mr. Michaels. What's on your mind?
This guy's voice, come on. Alright, let's ask him about Spooner. Click on crows? Ooh. Okay, when we go back outside, I'll be sure to do that. Like Easter eggs.
Do you know the inspector, Mr. Spooner?
Oh, yes, I certainly do. He was here twice. Took half the hotel apart. A terribly inconsiderate fellow.
Ooh, is he on our side?
But good for business, too. How often, as a tourist, do you have the chance to see this kind of an investigation firsthand? Unfortunately, he confiscated all of your and Miss Angelina's personal effects. Means I can only display replicas in the museum.
What bad luck.
He wanted to actually just take our personal stuff and put it on display? Yeah, right.
So, anything exciting happen?
You mean, apart from Miss Valley's murder and the castle burning down and 3 people losing their lives? Well, the fair's finished. In its place, we now have a new exhibition in the Willow Creek Museum of Modern Murder. It's opening in a few days. Oh, you should definitely see that. It's worth it.
That was open last time we were here, right?
For you, most definitely.
Well, there was that like museum, but that museum had like a back room you could go into, and it had all the murder stuff. I thought we've already been in there. Now, Blaze, do you know anyone that actually talks like that, or is that not a very good accent?
The woods around Willow Creek are pretty gloomy.
The woods are quite exceptional, I'll have you know. Full of ghosts and demons, if you like to believe the local
ghosts
folklore.
and demons.
The perfect backdrop for all of the grisly murders that have happened here and are, regrettably, yet to come.
You can hardly wait, right?
I've lived here long enough to know that patience is a virtue.
Why don't you go out and kill a few people yourself if you're so hot on it all?
I'm a businessman, not a murderer. A small but absolutely fine distinction, Mr. Michaels.
I don't know about that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure y'all don't all sound like that, Blaze. I know that for sure. Just like all Americans don't sound like Adrian Gordon, you know? I knew it. So you have to take a crocheting break, Janie, because you had homework? Oh, no. Dang it. I know, I didn't push it too late, but I was trying to beat Final Fantasy VII last night. I'm on chapter 17 out of 18, so I think one more good session in that game and I will have wrapped it up. Really liking it so far. Okay, let's ask about the fire.
But you know I had nothing to do with the fire, don't you?
Yes, well, according to the papers...
Yeah, the British tabloid press is world-renowned for its believability.
Well, of course, they don't always have the whole truth in there, but the headlines do help me to keep the hotel
tabloids.
going.
In this case, at my expense.
And here's the photo you want. I'm kind of reluctant to give this to him, but let's see what happens.
So there, you've got your stupid photo. Happy?
Oh, I can hardly recognize a thing.
Me in front of the castle as agreed? Okay, off to the cops, Murray.
I'm sure you know how important my exonerating statement in the Valley murder case is.
Yeah.
Murray,
Okay, I'll take it.
first go to the police station.
All right, then I'll go today. I'm an honorable businessman.
And I'm a possessed madman.
I suggest
Kind of.
taking a rest in your room first, and then when you wake up, everything will have been sorted with the police.
It really could use some sleep.
We might have finished day one. I've never watched Little Britain. I've seen it when I'm browsing through, I don't know if it was on Netflix or some other service. I know I've seen the cover, but never watched it. So we haven't given him the picture. We're holding on to the picture until he upholds his side of the bargain, which is good. So if I was to check this, now he just says, I could do with some sleep in a proper bed in my own hotel room. I mean, at least we haven't given him what he wants yet, Blaze. So even if he doesn't go, we're still in the same predicament, you know?
I wouldn't know why I'd want to start a conversation with that idiot.
Truer words have never been spoken. This is creeping me out. You know, with Samuel Gordon in here chatting with us, it reminds me when I was playing, what was that game? Doki Doki Literature Club? If you guys aren't familiar with it, it's like a anime dating sim kind of game, but then it gets very dark and very horror-ish later on. As I was playing the game, somebody jumped into the chat, created a new account with a name related to what happens in the game, and was like really freaking us out because it was matching what was going on in the game. It was super cool. You hated it so much. I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was cool. It wasn't, it was like somebody that's just into the game. I never found out who it was, Blaze. I don't think it was somebody that was really part of the community. I think it's somebody that goes around in those streams and just messes with people. But it was super wholesome. Like, they weren't being a jerk or anything. They just matched up with the game perfectly. Like, it could have been the developers for all I know. Blaze, it was me before we even met you. Oh, there's a letter here.
Huh. Someone shoved something under the door.
I'm 90% sure it wasn't anybody that I know. At least they never came forward and told me. But at the time...
I can help you prove your innocence because I believe in your innocence. But I have to be able to trust you too. We can't meet yet, which is why I'm just gonna send you clues. If you want to take up my offer, then you'll find the first lead at your father's grave.
Is this the person that broke us out of jail? Or bailed us out of jail? Interesting. Sounds about right, Texan. It was, yeah, at the time when I was streaming that game, we didn't have very many folks jump in the stream, so I don't think it would have been a regular anyway.
Confusing. Who's this message from? Murray? He doesn't have an interest in proving my innocence.
No.
And anyway, he would just tell me himself. But who else knows I'm living here in the hotel? I need to follow this up carefully. And I ought to find out where the graveyard is around here.
Oh, this was way before the Big Brian raid. Yeah, this was in the end of 2018. The Raid. Have you guys ever seen that movie? There's a John movie recommendation. It's crap. I'm trying to remember the origin. It might be Korean. I'm not exactly sure, but there's a martial arts action movie called The Raid. It's fantastic. One of my favorite one of those kind of movies. It's just so brutal. It doesn't have like a big crazy story. It's a very simple plot, but it's just so much fun. Really good action. Really visceral combat. It was cool. Alright, so what did he put in here now? So the evening's going to be a bit longer than I planned. Not time to go to bed. Somebody believes in my innocence, but I just have to prove it to myself. But why? And who wrote the note I found in my hotel room? Surely not Murray. I need to go and visit Samuel's grave if I want to find out more. Unfortunately, I've got no idea where the graveyard is around here. Samuel Gordon. I will watch it. Every time I see Samuel Gordon, I assume it's talking in that voice. Indonesian. Okay, that sounds right. Yeah, highly recommended. There's more of them. Oh, 2011 is the one I'm talking about. Never seen the one in 1991. I don't think it's a remake. Maybe it's just a different movie with the same name. If you've ever seen the movie Dread that came out, I think also in 2011, it almost has the same plot. Almost has the same plot. And it's kind of funny that they came out around the same time. I love Dread as well. That was a really well done movie, but I think I like The Raid a bit more. The Raid 2 was good. If I had to rank them, I'd say like The Raid is a 9. The Raid 2 is like an 8. I don't know if there's a Raid 3. The 1954 film was American. Not that one. A lot of movies called The Raid. I mean, it makes sense. It's a very common terminology, you know? Oh, you know what? We should talk to him. He might be able to tell us where the graveyard is. Before we were saying, I don't have any reason to talk to Murray. He's a jerk. Maybe we can.
Hi, Murray.
Oh, the esteemed Mr. Michaels.
Oh.
What's on your mind?
How many times are we going to hear that?
Murray, do you know where the local graveyard is?
A graveyard? Didn't you want to take a rest?
I'm not up for resting anymore.
I'm sure you can't mean the graveyard behind the hotel. It's being redone right now.
The hotel has its own
being
graveyard.
what?
I've had it removed for the time being so I can relocate it in a sensational new setting. It means I can charge more for some of the rooms with views over the Gordon graveyard.
What the heck?
You've had the Gordon family graves leveled?
To be quite honest, there was only Lothar Gordon's grave there, the founder of the original sanatorium. The family crypt is in the churchyard at Wormhill.
Ah, right. In Warm Hill, then.
Now, that sound effect that just happened, was that our clue that like maybe it added something to our map? I'm trying to understand what all the sound effects mean. So you think you've seen it, Texan? Yeah, check out a trailer. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. It's super entertaining. Not going to make you think or anything. It's just such crazy action. Not medicinal, clinical. What are you talking about, Janie? Or what he just said? Oh, yes, Kiwi, you just got GTA free on Epic. I put that in the Discord, Kiwi, but good call out. If you guys haven't yet, you can get Grand Theft Auto 5 for free right now on the Epic Game Store. And also, when I logged in there with my app, I got a little pop-up saying that I had a $10 gift card. I think everybody gets that, or a $10 coupon, basically. You have to buy a game that's $15 or more, but still, you get a $15 game for like $5. That's not too bad. Hope that you can play it okay. I mean, Kiwi, if you have an Xbox One controller or a PlayStation 4 controller, Kiwi, you can just plug it right into your computer and play with that. Oh, it's an autosave therapy. Let me check real quick. We can actually verify that after I ask him about this.
Is this note here from you?
Pardon? No, I speak to my guests personally when I've got something for them.
Was there anyone here asking for me earlier?
No, you're simply not well known enough. But that'll soon change, believe me.
Which is why he wants
See
our
you,
picture.
Murray.
Back to work.
Yes, I really enjoyed Grand Theft Auto 5. I beat 5 and I beat 4. I don't think I beat 3, Vice City, or San Andreas. I played them a whole bunch, but I don't think I ever beat the main story because I always seemed to run into a spot where I had to escort somebody, and the AI in those games is just, it's terrible. And they kept getting killed over and over, and it felt like there was hardly anything I could do about it. Usually when that happened, I'd just kind of like start goofing around and doing other stuff, and I never got back to the main game. But super fun games. Oh, Twitch removed the exact follow date being on someone's pop-up profile. Oh, that sucks, Blaze. Can you still type in a command to see that, Blaze, or is it just gone forever? Oh, yes, I was going to check to see if it doesn't auto-save. That's 512. I don't think it's an auto-save. But that's a good call-out, Therapy. Let's do another save. Bam. Oh, did you find a good game for 10 bucks too, Tajay? Or I guess 15. I'm still looking for a good game for 15 bucks on the Epic Game Store that I can't get on Steam. Because of course I'd rather have most of my games on Steam. Okay, let's go check out that graveyard. You know, Kiwi, I bet that this game plays, or Grand Theft Auto plays pretty well with keyboard and mouse for the shooting aspects. Probably not so good for the driving aspects. Oh, you got the Journey to the Savage Planet. Nice, Tasha. Excellent. I knew that sale would come around again. That's perfect timing. That's what I did. I had a coupon from last year, and I used it when you requested it, and it was the same price. That's sweet. Okay, so let's bust out our map. Did it put that on our map? There's the hotel. Oh, you know what? I think we need to go to the hotel and then follow the path. Before, he didn't have a reason to go this way. Now I guess he does? No. No, never mind. He said it wasn't this path.
There are a few steps leading down.
He said that's a different graveyard. There's another graveyard we're supposed to go to. Did it put that on our map? Lighthouse? I don't think it put that on our map. What is the lighthouse? I don't even remember going there before. Oh, this place. That's right, we did come here. Oh, I have to click on the ravens, right? Or crows? That was interesting. Crow didn't like that. Alright, so I think we need to talk to someone else about how to do that. Oh, the first time we have to go manually. Okay, that makes sense. Unless they say like, hey, let me mark your map. Oh, we get a trophy. Nice. I didn't think they would have Steam trophies in this game. That's pretty cool.
No. I don't feel like getting barbed wire wrapped around my legs.
GTA is like a drug I had to get away from 5 years ago. Were you playing Texan online all the time? I played Grand Theft Auto 5 online like the first week it released. It wasn't very good then. They had very little content. There wasn't a lot to do. It's very buggy, and I didn't really get into it. And now it's like a completely different game. Now you got people buying shark cards or whatever. They get hundreds, thousands of dollars, millions of dollars to buy stuff. It seems like it's more economy focused than anything else. But there's a lot to do, which is cool. I mean, you can definitely spend a lot of time and a lot of money in that game. You never beat 4 either, Kiwi? I beat the main game, and I enjoyed it. I thought the ending was pretty cool. That's how you go to the pub. I go that way. Let's try going this way. Yeah, see, that's a dead end over here. I might have missed a path. when I was walking around in the woods. So let's take this road to the woods. I know this goes to the castle as well. I think there's might be a couple other directions we can go. Dang, Texan, someone hacked it and gave $100 million to everyone? That's super cool. I'm sure Rockstar loved that.
I've no idea where that path leads. Before I get myself lost in the woods, I'd rather stay on the road.
Okay, so that's basically telling me there's probably something down that direction, but it's not where we need to go. Okay, this goes to the castle, but here's another fork in the road. The castle's that way. Unmade road. There we go. It is where we need to go. I assume, because we actually tried to go this direction before, and he said, I don't know where that goes, so I'm not going to go there. It seems like he wants a reason before he tries, which is good.
It's really overgrown back there. And foggy, too. It wouldn't surprise me if some undead ghoul suddenly started staggering about.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. When you put it that way, Blaze, yeah, it's a little fishy. A little suspicious. Beaten track. Let's go down the beaten track.
Why should I go into the middle of the woods?
You'll find a reason to. Just wait. I mean, on one hand, it makes him seem kind of like a psychic. He knows not to go that direction because he doesn't have a reason to yet. The game doesn't need us to go there, but at the same time, it also doesn't waste our time. Because, I mean, I probably would have gone to all these other places before I went to the place I needed to go to, you know?
This pot looks like it's been pushed in. Wonder if it was a hearse driver with parking problems. Ancient headstones. It looks like the design hasn't changed in hundreds of years.
I mean, what are you going to do with headstones now? Put some RGB on them? I didn't even go in there yet. I thought he was just going to look at it.
This is where Miss Valley is buried.
Aw.
Murdered by my cursed sister. Perhaps I should bring a few flowers the next time I visit.
Oh, I thought there was somebody over there. Never mind. Phantasma, how's it going? How many people have we killed in the game today? Well, we haven't killed anybody in the game so far that I know of. For sure. We've had visions of killing people, but so far we haven't had any visions of killing anybody, which actually surprised me.
Quite a recent grave. Or even a few flowers still lying on it.
I really thought we were going to have a vision of killing Murray, because he's a jerk.
That's quite a recent grave.
Okay, we can go down that gate, or we can go to the graveyard. Let's go to the graveyard. I hath returned. Welcome back, Blaze. I thought we suffocated the old lady. That was the last one that we had, the last vision. But she's still alive. It was just all in our mind, I think. When a game has you playing a crazy person, you just don't know what's going on.
This certainly isn't a well-groomed graveyard. Most of the graves are overgrown with twining weeds and roots.
Watch, the twist of this game is we are actually in a padded cell right now. And, yeah, none of this is actually happening. He's just imagining all this.
Gravestones without names.
Oh, those sound very tasty, Blaze. It's nice you saying foods that I can understand. Not that I've ever had, like, crunchies, but I can guess what they are. You've been trying to crochet hexagons. Is that tricky with, I guess, all the different angles or something? I mean, probably a lot trickier than, like, a square. They are tasty, John, I bet.
The wall has collapsed right in the middle without having a demolition ball taken to it. It takes a few hundred years for that kind of thing to happen.
I mean, it looks like a tree probably broke that down, right? I like the music here.
That's William Gordon's grave, my great-grandfather. He died in August 1981. No idea why he wasn't buried in the family crypt.
Like anything with Marmite. Marmite? I forget which one's correct. I think it's Marmite. Never had it. Don't know what it tastes like.
That's the Gordon family crypt. The musty skeletons of my ancestors are just behind this door. I'm not interested in paying them a family visit.
Hey, funny thing, are you sure it's not Marmite? It's been so long since we made fun of it. I forget which one is the incorrect one that's more fun to say. Phantasma. Yarn can get very expensive. Andy's pretty good at getting the good yarn on sale. It seems like every shop that she buys it from, they always, if you're signed up with their newsletters and things like that, you can always get something on it. Pretty good deal.
Wow, the fence has really been battered. If we were in India, I would say it was a herd of elephants.
What a random statement. You know exactly how it's pronounced. No, seriously, it's been so long. Is it Marmite is correct? And you, what do you mean I don't forget? I forget everything all the time. Okay. I thought we were going to find a place to go into here, but I guess not. Maybe it's through this gate.
Locked. That's probably the priest's house back there.
Okay, so we're not going through that gate. That goes back to the church. We've already looked at this.
That's William Gordon's grave, my great-grandfather. He died in August 1981. No idea why he wasn't buried in the family crypt.
So there's supposed to be a clue around here. Buffering, no, Janie. You might need to drop down the settings. Oh, Grandpa. You should have settings to drop it down. I made sure that I restarted the stream, so that worked. Let me check this note again.
I can help you prove your innocence because I believe in your innocence. But I have to be able to trust you too. We can't meet yet, which is why I'm just gonna send you.
Okay, so we have to find our father's grave. This is our grandfather's grave. You know, there was a fresh gravestone over there now. I wonder if it was that fresh one. Although you would think all of them would be here, you know? This is the family's plot, I'm guessing. Yeah, every once in a while Andy will tell me the specifics about what she's crocheting, what kind of pattern, and she throws numbers at me. Oh, you need to remember how I died.
I haven't walked here for long.
He jumped off the top of the tower, Samuel Gordon did, at the end of the first game. But I don't know how that would tell us where he was buried. Because, I mean, that, unless they're going to bury you at the spot you died. Let's go in the church. And landed on a spike. That's right. Well, I don't know if we got to see that portion. Maybe we did. The grandfather, I think, landed on the spike.
Bare wooden pews. Very inviting. They really make you want to kneel down and pray.
I love how the real Samuel Gordon is dropping hits. It's great. I love it. And it's all first person. It's not like he's removed from the game. He is in the game.
A huge stained glass window for optimum illumination. These European churches really are impressive buildings. America was probably still India in the minds of a few sailors when this one was built.
What is with him in India? That's 2 India quotes he's had like in the last, I don't know, 3 minutes. Honestly, at one point I'm going to forget who Samuel Gordon is, and I'm going to start asking like game lore or logic questions aimed at Samuel Gordon. It's going to sound like I'm attacking Samuel Gordon. Like, why is this happening?
Who's that? It doesn't look like the priest.
I can see a leg right there. Oh, are they dead? Are they napping?
Hey, you there. Good
Oh,
morning.
they're napping.
What the? Oh, I'm sorry, lad. I must have nodded off.
In the confession box?
The bench has a cushion on it, at least.
You're not the priest, are you?
God forbid. I'm Mark, the grave digger.
Now, is this the same grave digger that we met before? Because I do remember talking to somebody around the church that was always working on the graves. I assume so.
Do you know Wormhill well?
Of course, but it's just a few houses on the back of the woods. There's more life in here, I tell you. Are you looking for something in particular?
No, I'm just trying to get an idea of the place.
Looking around this graveyard would give you a better idea of the place. And should you want to reserve yourself a spot here, then let me know. I recommend the southern slope. That's the best location.
Thanks for the tip, but I'm in no hurry to die just yet.
But maybe death's in a hurry to come and get you.
All right, creepy dude. I didn't like that at all. Wait, I'm confused though. He just said he wasn't looking for anything. We're actually looking for our father's grave. I mean, that might be another... Oh, there it is. There's Samuel's grave. We'll ask that last.
What is it you actually do all day?
Answer stupid questions.
Hey, jerk.
I mean, digging graves can't be all you do.
Yeah, you're right, lad. I don't just dig. I repair things too, keep the church in order, guard the graves. And if you think that the weeds grow on their own around here, then think again. It ain't weeds and it don't grow on its own. But who's interested anyway?
What did you mean by that? You guard the graves?
Well, because of the clientele. So they don't get dug up by dogs and the like.
Which
Or
dogs?
people.
Well, strays from around here. For them, a graveyard is like
An underground hot dog stand?
Yeah, exactly. With bloody tough sausages.
Ew. Ew. Did I say a happy thing once? I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've screwed up everybody's name at least once. I wouldn't doubt that. I probably screwed up my own name at least once.
You must have a lot to do around here, being the gravedigger.
Oh, that's right. My job here is quite secure.
By the way, how can you screw up, John? I never fail. We didn't create an emote just to represent how I am at life, did we? Definitely mispronounced therapy. I haven't messed up your... Well, that's true. But Phantasma, I may never screw up pronouncing your name. I will probably mix you up. Off the top of my head, I'm probably going to mix you up with Blaze, because you guys have roughly the same number of characters in your name and the same color on my screen. So I will probably mix you up at some point. It's just a matter of time. So it's kind of funny what this character does. You know, he digs the graves, he takes care of the church, he has to repair things, all that kind of stuff. Oh, it's blue for you? Yeah, it shows up red for me. That's interesting. There's a game called Graveyard Keeper, which I've played a few hours of. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like a darker version of Stardew Valley. But you basically play this character right here, where you accept corpses, you dig up the graves, you set it all up. You have to kind of keep everything nice and tidy. It's kind of cool. I mixed you up with Relentless, Janie. It's like clockwork, isn't it? Goth Stardew, exactly. John, screwing up names? Never. All right, let's ask about the church.
Can you tell me anything about the church?
What do you mean then, lad? Who built it? It certainly wasn't me, even if I might look that old. Must have been around the time Marcus Gordon was alive.
Long time ago.
Have you seen the dark part of the tower up there?
Yes.
He ran out of stone, and they say he took stones from his castle walls to finish it off. demolished his own castle to finish the church.
Wow.
A model Christian.
Perhaps his time was running out. Got himself buried in there in the end.
A crypt that's 100 feet tall with an altar and a bell tower, all for him alone. What a modest man.
All those toffs are. No, he treated himself to an extra crypt underneath the nave.
Ooh.
But it caved in 12 years ago. Nobody can get in there anymore.
I was wondering about that name color changing because I think it was Texan. Do you have a set color for your name, Texan? Because I could have sworn you were one color on this screen, but when I had the stream up, or if I look at you on my tablet, you're a different color. And I was never quite sure why that happens, but that makes sense. If it has to do with them not setting a particular color, it just does it at random.
It's quite a woody area.
That's also supposed to be the reason it's such a bloody area.
The evil of the woods?
Ooh.
People around here read too many horror stories.
Or have experienced it themselves. Have you been in the woods here at night?
No.
They say there's plenty to see. Murderous lords of the castle, the undead, Mordred's voracious hellhounds. There are many stories about it. Probably as many stories as there are people here.
That's creepy.
The woods around Willow Creek strike me as being particularly creepy.
Yes, and the number of wild boars in there is uncanny. I've known them to trample down my fences to get at the clientele. But I've got some crafty traps set up. I'm looking forward to having a roast. The priest gave his permission.
Yeah, it's so interesting, Texan. I see green on the stream chat. I see kind of like a like an olive kind of color, like a darkish green gray on my stream screen. And on my tablet, you're purple. You get 3 different colors for me. Let's ask about that fresh grave we saw. Who just got buried?
There's a fresh grave in front of the church.
That'll be Sally's, the young cook from the castle.
Aw.
The poor thing was burned to death, just like old Bates. The fire didn't really make any difference. But Bates isn't here. Lady Victoria insisted on burying him in the Golden Crypt, like a member of the family.
That's nice.
Just like Lady Eleanor, I assume.
I miss Master Bates.
Yes, there's still plenty of space in the crypt. Lots of the Gordons haven't been buried there.
Why not?
Well, there are just too many murderers and suicides. They're frowned upon in Catholic graveyards, particularly the ones who commit suicide.
Why? What happens to them?
Well, they're buried anonymously, without any religious ceremony, without the ringing of the bells, without any prayers, without a priest, nothing. They're all buried before sunrise, over by the north wall.
Isn't that what they used to do hundreds of years ago?
Perhaps where you come from. But we're in Wormhill, the manor of Black Mirror Castle. Things are all a bit different around here, my lad.
That's sad. So, hey, Jacob, how is it going, dude? Welcome. Blaze, good catch. Oh, God, I did another one. I meant to turn it off, and I hit the button. John, I was typing, sorry. Yeah, so that's what you were mentioning earlier, Samuel Gordon. You committed suicide, so you don't get to be buried in the crypt like the rest of them. Double nice catch, Blaze. How are you doing, Jacob? John just loves giving me tokens. Dig the stash. It's been a few days since I've shaved. It's actually all growing in, but my facial hair kind of grows in stash heavy, I guess. I'm going to shave it tonight. So really this conversation, we're just asking him about the graves, the graveyard, the church, all that kind of stuff. The main thing we've learned is Samuel Gordon is not going to be buried in the main Gordon crypt because he committed suicide. This is the important
You don't
one.
happen to know, being the gravedigger and all, where Samuel Gordon's grave is? He must have been buried in 1981.
That's a tough one, lad. So many people died here 12 years ago, good and evil alike, in the strangest of circumstances. I really can't remember who ended up where. You'd be better off talking to Father Frederick, the priest. Perhaps he can remember.
Well, no, yeah, he has been buried. Way back when. We just don't know where yet.
Where would I find the priest then?
Today? Well, you won't find him at all. He left around midday. Some conference or other. Supposed to be back by noon tomorrow.
We have to wait.
I'd better be going.
Keep your eyes peeled, lad.
Father Frederick is a good man. I have to check who's saying that, because if Samuel Gordon said that, I might not trust it. But therapy said it, so I think we can trust it. Okay, we can look at a column over here.
There are some phrases from the Bible engraved in this. Behold the Lamb of God that taketh away the sin of the world, says John 1 verse 29. For to me to live is Christ, and to die is gain, says Philip, also 1 verse 21. For many are called, but few are chosen. Matthew, blah blah blah. The Lord is with me, I will not be afraid. Psalms 118 verse 6.
I want to go back and watch that stream just to see that, Blaze. I'm really curious. Do you remember which? It was like, was it the second stream of Phoenix Wright that we were doing? I kind of want to watch that again. But yeah, Jacob, you missed it. So a couple months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. It wasn't that long ago. Maybe a month ago. It was growing in pretty thick. I hadn't shaved it in almost 2 months. Now it's only been like 4 days or something like that, 5 days. But yeah, Andy couldn't take it anymore, and I wasn't that much of a fan of it, so I got rid of it. But it was kind of fun to do for a little while. Maybe I'll do it again before I go back into work. Whenever that's happening.
Oh, is it that late already?
Oh, it was the first stream, but late into it. Okay. Yeah, it got dark real fast. Uh-oh. He was telling us all about the creepy stuff that happens at night, too.
That's a lightning rod. The tower looks a bit singed. Maybe it was hit by lightning.
You never shaved your stash or your chin, but I'm hippie trash. How long is your beard, Texan, if you don't shave it at all?
A fortified tower with battlements. That might have been more essential than a bell tower.
I mean, honestly, Jacob, if I let it go longer, she probably wouldn't mind it as much. But when it is short, it's kind of like shooting out like little daggers until it gets long enough to kind of curl, you know, and you can actually like shape it and whatnot. So when it was short, every time I'd go in for a kiss, I'd just like, dude, just stab her with it in the face. Feel bad about it. You did say hi, Senor Fuego. I remember that, Texan. You are purple on my screen now, Phantasma. What color are you on the chat? Yep, you're purple on the stream chat, too. You're a Mexican hairless, so not too long. The first one, Janie. The first one. Unless you're talking about the band. Every time I see it in all caps, I think you're talking about the band. We go through this gate over here?
Locked. That's probably the priest's house back there.
Nope, cannot. Oh, you can't change colors on the phone. You have to do it on your computer. Oh, okay. It's weird watching you in real time. Yeah, so the chat's probably so much quicker on your desktop than it is on your phone. Jenny, don't you lie to us. Never kiss and tell, right? And that's the biggest bummer about facial hair, is that there's always that awkward period of growing it. Uh-oh.
Those must be wild boars. There's supposed to be plenty of them around here.
Yeah, sure. Boars. I'm just gonna save it in case a boar tries to get me. Stabbing people is a struggle generally. Thanks, Samuel Gordon. You know all about stabbing people. Oh, crap.
Or demonic hellhounds, as they say in the local fables.
Let's go. Let's go. Whoa. That flash on my screen, what happened? Did I
get out of here fast
skip
if
something?
I don't want to get mauled.
Hold on. I think I might have skipped something on accident. I clicked just as something flashed on the screen. I think I might have screwed it up.
Or demonic hellhounds, as they say in the local fables.
Yeah, the fortune teller did say we'd get ripped apart by, like, wild animals. Okay, it's meant to be a quick flash. I could have sworn I accidentally clicked that
I
off.
better get out of here fast if I don't want to get mauled.
Stab? Fire? They have the exact same animation that they did in the second game. I love it. He said he needs to get out of here. I guess I could try running down this way. I tried the knife, I
Or
tried the lighter.
demonic hellhounds, as they say in the local
Didn't
fables.
seem to do anything. Let's see. The Lord of the Rings, the Evil Wizard. That was, crap, what is that actor's name? Really famous actor. Okay, let me try going this way. There's really nowhere to go.
I better get out of here fast if I don't want to get mauled.
Nope. No, I have to use an item here. Picture. Crap. Christopher Lee, that's it. Yeah. Love Christopher Lee. So when you get stabbed in the back, people don't scream because the air gets taken out of you. That's crazy. I just go backwards. Can we cheat our way around this?
I can have a look at the map later. Better be careful just now.
You knew what I was gonna do, didn't you, game? I tried to look at the map and just like speed walk my way there. Can't do that. Okay, what else can I do, guys, when I'm surrounded by them? I tried the lighter, I tried the knife, I tried the camera. Everything else is like paper stuff. And a key. What am I gonna do, jingle a key at him? See, I have the right idea. Maybe I just didn't click on the right one or something. I gotta be quicker.
Or demonic hellhounds, as they say in the local fables.
My guess is the camera. It's gonna make the biggest shock to them. Might scare them off.
I better get out of here fast if I don't want to get mauled.
Oh, not that idea. Okay. Lighter. Use it on myself. Use it on the wolf. What can I click on? I already did drop the token, Blaze, and you caught it. It does do an automatic save. Basically, right where I needed it, which is nice. That's a cool little jump scare. I mean, not the 10th time, but first time
I
that was
better get
kind
out
of
of
cool.
here fast if I don't want to get mauled.
If we light something on fire. See, when he says, I better get out of there fast, you need to do something to get out of there fast. Texan! Spam, spam, spam. I mean, jump. Texan, dude, thank you so much. And now there's going to be some spamming jumps. Oh, I love it. All the unicorns flying around. That's so cool. There's a token. Unicorns! Appreciate it, Texan. Okay, let's, so something about getting out of here fast. I mean, there's this direction right here. Let me try running back that way.
I better.
There we go. Dang, that was like from Resident Evil. Nice catch, Blaze.
I can't keep this up for too long. How come I'm not waking up? This must just be a nightmare.
You were in the creepiest little shack I've ever seen. This is like Texas Chainsaw Massacre status.
Calm before the storm? I think I better wait until those beasts have lost their appetite.
Oh, Christopher Lee is in World War II, so he had actual experience with someone getting stabbed. Oh, that's crazy. He's a badass. Christopher Lee's awesome.
Damn, don't say somebody lives here.
Love the smileys on the wall. They really brighten up the place. Wait, what are you talking about? Smileys on the wall? Oh, we're here. Those little luminous stickers. I didn't even see those at first.
A couple of luminous smiley stickers. Whoever lives here must be scared of the dark.
Yeah, seen someone get stabbed, right?
An oil lamp. Doesn't seem all that old. Maybe it still works.
Looks like a lot of beer bottles around there.
An oil lamp.
Hey, we have a file we can take. Let's just start stealing random crap from this person.
Huh. The escape tool of choice. In the comics, at least. I'm guessing that's paint thinners or gasoline for cleaning stuff. Ugh, smells something like that at least.
It's that desktop skill, Blaze. Hashtag desktop gang.
An old tin can. The smell would suggest there's gas in it.
Alright, so can we use this on the oil lamp? And we have a lighter.
I think there's still enough oil in it. No need for a refill.
Oh, I was trying to use it. Okay, let's try just using our lighter directly on it then.
Ah, that's better.
There we
I
go.
can see now.
I wasn't done exploring. That was a really
What the hell?
close-up of the ghost. In your face.
A padlock of the really sturdy variety.
Nothing's worse than a humble brag.
It's fastened shut.
Okay, so we just got a file. Can we use the file on the padlock?
I'd need years for that. I reckon the lock would grind through the file instead of the other way around.
Well, never mind. Well, good luck doing anything useful with that file. So we're gonna have to find padlock. Is that a key? Or it's not a combination lock, so it's gotta be a key.
An old bucket. Oh, I hope that isn't the toilet. That almost looks the same as the shredder in the museum.
I was just gonna say that. Remember that shredder from the first game?
There's something lying in it.
Probably an animal. Oh my gosh. Anonymous ghosty cheers. Oh, I love it. To celebrate the creepy ghost close-up we just had. Thank you so much, Anonymous. I don't know who you are, but you know who you are, and I appreciate it. I'm guessing it's an animal.
It's soft, damp, and cold. Yuck.
But he took it, did he? Or did he just feel it? No, he didn't actually grab it.
No thanks. I don't really want to know what's died in there.
Blaze, good catch. The ghost. I want it. I mean, if it's not running therapy, it's technically safe, right? I mean, I put my hand in the garbage disposal pretty recently. It wasn't on, of course, but I had to fish something out of there.
Nothing more to see.
Oh, just ghosts. Not a big deal.
The floorboards here sure creak loudly. Another door. Let's see now.
Has a back entrance too? What a fancy place. The hell
Was
noise
kind
is
of
that?
obvious. There's storage behind it for logs. It stretches right to the door. There's no getting through here.
Was it your fingers you had to get out? I mean, I always feel a little bit creeped out putting my hand in there, not gonna lie, but never had any accidents. My garbage disposal has never turned on randomly. But yeah, I'd be taking some time off streaming, that's for sure.
I can't get out of here. There's only timber back there.
That was the weirdest noise trying to open a door. Okay. There's a peculiar shadow. That looked like a key to you guys? It looks like there's a shadow of a key right there. I bet it's on the inside of the lamp.
Peculiar shadow.
I did almost lose a finger when I was in high school. I don't know if I've told you this story. I was helping my parents move a fountain, this huge stone round fountain thing, and they had it laying on its side, but it was on top of a couple 2x4s, like just these big wood boards, so we could keep it off the grass, because if it sank into the grass, we could never get our hands underneath there to lift it. It was me, my friend, and both my parents, one on each side, and we were kind of lifting it and sliding it kind of like in a circular motion to kind of get it where it needed to go. And we'd pull the 2x4s to make sure it stayed underneath there, right? So as we were doing this, I had gloves on, but one time as we lifted a little bit and then dropped it back on the 2x4s, I pinched my hand between the 2x4 and the fountain. Immediately pulled it out. I had lost the glove, so it was just my hand. And I was just screaming and screaming. I probably told the story before, but yeah. What's funny is what I remember most is I didn't get to do what I wanted to that weekend because I was in such pain, but I didn't lose any fingers. I actually broke a bone, but I never went to the doctor, so I never found out. But like, if you can see right here, this is how that my middle finger joint should look. And that's how that one looks. You see that big bump right there? My middle finger just did not heal right. Now, it works just fine. Like, I don't have any pain or anything in it. It bends, has full motion. It just did not heal right. But it's funny, what I remember is I had rented Silent Hill that I was very excited to play that weekend. I didn't get to play it at all. Luckily, I mean, I had my friend over. He was helping move the thing. So I spent most of that day just with my hand in ice and watching my friend play Silent Hill. Putting a 15-foot tree in the wood chipper, that is scary. I can't even imagine. Yeah, that's trying to like just constantly shoving that thing in there. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, very bumpy middle finger. On my dominant hand, too. Thank goodness I didn't lose that finger. That would have been bad. Okay, let's get that key.
I think I know where that mysterious shadow's coming from.
Yoink.
Well, how about that? And so the key falls into my possession.
So that should probably get us into this chest right here. Oh, when you went to Italy, Phantasma, they told a story about one of the obelisks that they stole from somewhere. They were setting it up, and some poor guy got his hand caught under it. So they just cut it off and left it there. So the hand is still under. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. I mean, if you have to cut off a finger or something, you can reattach it. Now, I mean, if the hand was crushed, it could be broken and just mutilated to the point where it's useless. But like, I mean, if you had lost a finger or something like that, like cleanly, they can reattach that, you know? It's not totally gone. That is super scary. I do have a very unique flip-off. But Jacob, from the front, you couldn't even tell. Well, I guess you can kind of tell. I don't know. I don't know if the camera picks it up that well. This is the good one. That's the bumpy one. So yeah, I guess even from the front, you can still see that. It was Roman times. Never mind. You're not keeping that. All right, so let's try the rusty key on the padlock.
Fits.
Sweet.
As I thought, full of junk. So let's have a look.
Full of junk, so let's
Damn.
have a look.
That looks like one of the robes and the masks from the order that was after me.
I recognize that mask.
But at the same time, it's also proof that the order existed. I'll take it with me.
When I was watching the previous stream and all those guys were coming out with us with these masks, everybody was saying
There's some paper in the robe.
it's coronavirus
Seems to be
masks.
a letter to the order, quite badly torn. unable to stop the evil, already sacrificed.
Aether.
His objective, or something happens to me, no trace is to be.
So we get a little bit of info from that, but maybe we'll find the rest of this.
I'm not completely certain, but it appears to be a request to cover up all traces of the Order. That would explain why the robe is in the shack. I'll put it back.
There's a
Perhaps
chainsaw
I'll
there
find
too.
something useful after all.
Oh, we got a corkscrew. And
A
I
corkscrew
don't know what
and
that
a
is.
yardstick.
Yardstick.
They look in reasonable shape. I'll take them. Whoa, a chainsaw. I've got a feeling that this baby's gonna come in handy.
You gonna put that in your pants? Let me just put that chainsaw in my pocket, guys. Aether, how's it going? Sorry, they're in the middle of chatting right there. That is awesome. Chainsaw. Darren is therapy, right? I love it. Jacob, you love to live in the old days. It was like, oh, you're bleeding? Let's take more blood and find out what's wrong. Or maybe even a bunch of leeches, maybe. Maybe that'll take care of you. So we got all kinds of stuff right now. We just got a cowl from the Order.
Huh. When the Order dissolved itself, someone must have hidden their cowl here. Only question being, who? There's some paper in the robe.
Oh, I'm glad I
Seems
looked
to
at
be
that.
a letter to the Order. Quite badly
Oh, no, we
torn.
already read this. Never mind.
Unable to stop the... I'm not
Same
completely...
thing.
That would explain why the...
I got excited. I thought I found something new. It's going good. Been up all night playing Judgment and realized it's the time. I'm doing really good, Aether. Now, Judgment. I swear I've heard that game name before, but I'm not very familiar with it. Is it like not a MOBA, but one of those, like, what do they call them? Like the hero, like battling games? Like Battle Right or something like that? I don't remember what kind of game that is. When you were younger, a heavy drunk cut... Oh, you were a heavy drunk and you cut your pinky, Texan. The only thing that saved it was the bone. The knife wasn't sharp enough to cut through it. That must have needed a lot of stitches. But you said you used duct tape to hold it together? Is there anything that duct tape can't do? Oh, it's the Yakuza game. Oh, I was thinking of something completely different, Aether. It's very much like Yakuza. I have seen that. That looked pretty cool. Hey, Josh. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. So how are you liking Judgment? I've never played any of the Yakuza games, so I couldn't really compare, I guess, but I remember seeing previews and it looked pretty cool. Okay, so we got the cowl. We also got a corkscrew.
A corkscrew. I found it in the hut in the woods. Still works.
Yakuza is a MOBA. Oh, you're doing good? You just played some Pathologic 2. How did you like Pathologic 2? That was one of the games Blaze was interested in me possibly playing sometime. It looked really neat. Oh my gosh. Samuel Gordon.
Samuel Gordon, thank you for the gift tier 1 sub. To Aether Card, you have gifted 3 subs in the channel.
Thank you so much, Samuel Gordon. That's awesome. And congrats, Aether, you got another sub. That is awesome. So you really like it, Josh? It's pretty intense and crazy. I want to try it sometime. That sounds really cool. Oh, thank you again, Samuel Gordon. Bam. Bat John, Kadia. What's Bat John? Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah, I was looking at the stuff that I got. So we had a corkscrew. We also got a yardstick.
A folding ruler. 1 or 2 sections are missing, but it still must be at least 1.5 meters long.
And a chainsaw. Blaze! Another good catch. What is that, 4? 5 catches this stream? I've lost count.
Alone in a shack in the woods, in the night, with a chainsaw in my hand. If my father could see me now, I'm sure he'd be so proud. Unlucky. Tank's empty.
Oh, the voice mod. Yeah. You meant like Christian Bale Batman, where he talks like this so people don't understand who he is. Yeah, like that. Imagine, his voice must have been killing him after a day of filming that show, or that movie. Oh, so the Black Mirror games. I mean, we're on the third one, Josh, so a lot's happened. But the basic idea is that you play a member of the Gordon family, and in the first game, you were trying to investigate what happened to your grandfather. He had killed himself. As you were going through it, you find out all kinds of weird cult stuff and history with your family. And we have Samuel Gordon right here in the chat. And then you found out that he basically was the killer himself, the main character from that. And he was crazy, and he was possessed, and he was doing the killings. Fast forward to the second game, 12 years later, now we are... our real name is Adrian Gordon. We used to think our name was Darren Michaels, but we found out we're actually part of the Gordon family. So we might be going a little crazy too. We had just been arrested, and we got out of jail. Somebody bailed us out. We don't know who it was. So we're basically just trying to clear up our name and find out what the heck's going on. The original Pathologic is great. I have that one. I actually have both of them. I haven't played either one yet, though. I want to. That's a manly man voice. You just watched The Witcher and can tell you that they filmed later because Henry Cavill's voice starts cracking. Does it, Phantasma? I watched it, but I never noticed that. Oh, you'd request the original, not 2? See, that's a bummer, Blaze, because I've heard that 2 is pretty much just a better version of the game. Like you were saying, a remake, not a sequel. But it's basically almost like Evil Dead 2. I mean, some people do like Evil Dead 1 more than 2, but most people like Evil Dead 2 more. It's kind of a remake of the first one, but it's so much better. The original is more raw, though. When you want more jank and worse graphics, you go for the raw one. I don't think number 2 is any easier. It's just better. I watched like this hour-long review that talked about them, and it basically said, so now that there's that, here's the second one. It just seemed like it was the same thing, but better in every way. Yeah, the timeline in The Witcher show kind of jumped all over the place, didn't it? All right, so let's go ahead and save it real quick, because there are some crazy dogs and stuff after us. Or wolves, I guess, not dogs. And now we have a chainsaw, though. That might help us. Oh, we should put... Oh, we can't get out this way either?
What the? Looks as though the door's been bolted from the outside.
What?
How can that be?
Oh, Pathologic has 3 campaigns and the remake only has 1. Oh, that's a bummer. Ghost Lady locked us in. So let me try putting this petrol in the chainsaw. Now we can use it.
It's just about half full. Hopefully that'll be enough.
Let's first try to chainsaw the door to the shed.
I filled up the chainsaw, but the tank's lid is missing. I don't think it's a good idea to start it up as it is.
Come on, who needs a lid? See, I vote we take a nap and explore during the daylight. I know, let's see if he will. I don't think he will. Oh, he's looking under the bed. Good idea, still.
There's something lying under the bed, but I can't get at it.
You know what'll get at it? Chainsaw.
Half the bed has already collapsed into the floor. I can't drag it through the hut.
What can I say? I'm a thinker. Okay, so we need to find some kind of lid, or do we already have something that would act as a lid? I don't see anything. There's a rake here. I missed this earlier. 11 games. Yeah, I have not heard all those ideas, Blaze.
A rusty old garden implement.
Unless you count Action 52, but then you'd have at least 52 games on your list. Shanna was offering me 10 gift subs the other day for chainsawing my sofa. Wait, if you would actually chainsaw your sofa? 10 gift subs? I mean, if your sofa was less than 20 bucks, technically you might make some money. Otherwise, not so much. Oh, you were showing off the chainsaw. That's cool. I mean, if you're going to chainsaw something that's not very expensive, sure, why not? Oh, you think you've seen this one before, Aether? don't really see anything else to interact with. So maybe something that we do have will work to block the chainsaw gas cap. But the corkscrew. Fortune teller card. The lighter. The knife. Pencil. Crap. Running out of ideas. You know, he said there was something underneath the bed he couldn't get to. Could he get to it with a rake? I wanted to use a chainsaw. You call that a knife? There we go. Nice.
Gotcha.
Now we got the thing from under the bed therapy. Oh my gosh, did you miss me? Of course we missed you, Nate.
We're gonna use the Batman voice again, as it has been so nicely called. Too little, too Nate. Thank you so much for the gift sub. 14 months. Holy crap, and it is token time.
You just finished painting. How did it go, Nate? Blaze, I think it must have spawned right on top of your head. That is awesome. Good catch. Honestly, one thing I really love about doing like a really hard day's work like that, Nate, you will sleep like a baby. Something about doing something like physical all day long or for a long time, it just, you're so exhausted, you get the best night's sleep you had in a long time. It went pretty good. We got the entrance, the stairway, and half the hallway. Are you doing everything in the same color? That's really cool. Okay, so let's check out this box that we just got.
Cardboard box. Somebody scribbled something on the lid.
Don't steal.
Can't decipher it. The word definitely begins with an R, though. Let's take a look inside.
When tomorrow you're doing the living room and the rest of the hallway. Another
A
busy
ragdoll.
day.
Pretty ugly and worn out. I recognize it. I've seen it before. It was Ralph's.
This is Ralph's.
Yep, that's his doll.
Mr. Bubby.
Mr. Bubby, or whatever he called it.
Ah.
Strange. How'd it get here? Why has Ralph left it? I mean, he never used to go anywhere without it. What else have we got?
Hey, we can use that for a gas cap, maybe.
Luminous sticker with a smiley on it.
Nope.
And
Cork
a
is even better.
cork from a bottle. This must be Ralph's shack. Or his hideaway.
Now I feel bad. We're stealing from Ralph. But I have questions. Why does Ralph have a chainsaw? I can see you panicking, Blaze. I heard noise. Something's gonna happen. It was all the same color, and it kind of connects, so it wouldn't make sense to do different colors. That's true. You got to have a certain layout to have like a big like change in colors, you know? You can't do it in the middle of a wall. That would look terrible. Oh, I think you saw, or you just saw that I posted on Discord about forgetting the Black Mirror 3 vote. I know. I brought it up, and then I want to do the giveaway, though. And the giveaway, I think, pushed me so far over the edge, I just totally forgot about the thing. But, you know, it worked out. It was a formality. Of course it was going to be yes, but you still got to do it. I checked the shredder twice. One time he put his hand in there, therapy, and the second time he said, nope, I don't want to know what's in there, which is pretty funny. Let's try the cork and the chainsaw. There we go.
All right, that ought to hold. Now we can get going.
Yeah, he's creeping me out. Of course it was going to be yes. I am Samuel Gordon. Let's chainsaw the door to the shed.
I can't cut my way through the whole wood storage with the little bit of gas I've got.
First he's complaining that he needs a cork, and now he's got a cork. Now he doesn't have enough gas. Oh, you just posted the request? Nice. So you now have the knowledge of power. Ooh, I can't wait to see. Yeah, so the gas cap was missing, Aether, so we're using a cork to do the job. All right, let's try chainsawing out the front door.
Not a good idea. If I destroy the door and then find out that the dogs are still out there, then I've got a problem.
Well, crap. How we get out of here? We can't chainsaw anything?
A ragdoll called Mr. Bubby, Ralph's best friend.
Blaze, you're being too hard on yourself. You notice we let you do that? Nobody calls you out on it. It's just English. It's just words. It's fine. Let it slide. Learn. These games are like vicious dogs. Oh, try Professor Plum in the kitchen with the candlestick. I mean, if Professor Plum could be Adrian Gordon, yeah, he'll kill somebody with a candlestick, absolutely.
One of those stickers that light up in the dark if you first expose them to enough light. I guess that this must be a pretty valuable item to Ralph.
Oh, maybe the floorboards. Maybe we're going to chainsaw through the floor.
The floorboards here sure creak loudly.
Let's try that.
The rotten boards shouldn't be a problem for the saw, but I ought to check what's underneath them first.
Ah, dang. Okay, so that sounds like it's the right solution. Let's try the corkscrew to see what's underneath them.
I won't be able to manage that. I'm gonna need a bigger tool.
Being very specific, Adrian. How about a file?
The file is worn down. At the very most, you could file your fingernails with it.
Alright. About the knife. Oh, it's a plastic knife. No. Not even a bigger tool. How are we going to see what's underneath there? The glow-in-the-dark sticker? Would that light up underneath there? No. How is it going to know what's underneath there? Without cutting it open. Kath, how's it going? How's not Samuel Gordon doing? Now it's Adrian Gordon. He's doing fantastic. We haven't killed anybody. I died like 6 times to some wolves trying to avoid them, but we're doing better now. Although we're stuck in the shack. I wonder, can I corkscrew anything else? No.
I can't get out of here. There's only timber back there. The floorboards here.
There's no bigger tool than me. Tiny, how is it going? You are not a tool. You are amazing. Thank you for dropping in. It's good to see you. We need MacGyver. All he needs is like some toothpaste and a staple and maybe some chewing gum, and he'll make an explosive and just get right out that back door. Corey overtook you in the hugs, Blaze. You cannot do that. WWMD. Da Hermit Gamer, welcome to the stream. How's it going? What would who do? What is M? Let's see. Gosh, I'm at a loss.
A ragdoll called Mr. Bubby, Ralph's best friend.
Therapy had mentioned something about the this guy right here, but I can't seem to do anything. MacGyver. Okay. That makes more sense. MacGyver. MacGyver, he would already be out of here. He'd be gone.
Nothing more to see.
He probably doesn't want to break the glass either. Oh, you mentioned that we no longer have a tool in your possession. Do we get rid of something? You know, we still have the yardstick. I'm not sure what I could possibly use the yardstick for. The floorboards?
Interesting. There's at least half a meter of space below the boards. The shack must have been built on stilts.
Oh.
The next time I'm being pursued by hellhounds and hide in a shack, I'll look out for that as I go in.
Okay, game. Okay, sure. Ruler. And now chainsaw. There we go.
I'll just cut myself a trapdoor in the floor. It can also be closed again in an emergency.
This has got to be Therapy's favorite part of the game. Has everyone here used a chainsaw?
Cool. I can sneak outside through the hole.
I don't have a chainsaw myself, but I have used my parents' a long time ago. Definitely my favorite part of the game.
Let's try it. I'm better leaving the heavy junk here.
Unless you get to chainsaw somebody later on in the game. Then that's probably Therapy's favorite part. Well, of course you did, Therapy. most days you probably get to use a chainsaw now. You're doing so much work around the new property. Used a manual saw. Oh.
Good. No wild beasts.
I've done a
for
lot of
miles.
work with manual saws. It just makes me wish I had a chainsaw.
Weird. No tracks. The beasties couldn't have just disappeared into thin air.
Beasties? Oh god.
No.
Should have saved it. Let's just take a nap. It's okay. What is that picture? I need to get a screenshot of what that picture is. Yeah, I think we could do that, Blaze. As long as something doesn't happen and I'm like in a huge rush. Yeah, we could definitely check that out. Chapter 2, guys. I have no idea how many chapters there are. Oh, those kids look creepy. Unfortunately, no, Kath. It's a normal one. I wish next week.
Describe what you saw.
I saw myself as a child. I was playing with my sister in the woods. It's not far away from the castle. I could see it behind the trees. There was a man there, too.
So we got
Could you
out.
make out who it is?
No, he had his back to me. But something very bad has happened.
What's happened?
My sister, she's fallen in a hole. She's screaming. What should I do?
Adrian, you're not there anymore. Remember what you did
We're
at the
doing
time.
the hypnosis, aren't we?
I ran to the hole, and I don't know. I can't remember. You woke me up before I could help her.
I didn't wake you up, Adrian. You woke up of your own accord. It would appear everything in you is trying to fend off this memory. Seems you really want to suppress it.
Or I just can't remember.
The memory is still there. You just need to let it happen.
It's easy for you to say.
Perhaps you should tackle this memory in a conscious state. Try and find the place in the woods that you saw. You need an anchor in the present.
If you say so.
And with regards to the hallucinations, I've ordered a medication. It should help to suppress them.
That's not a good idea.
Very good. I'll take it. At least you can rely on conventional medicine.
Please take this prescription and give it to a buyer in the shop. She'll give you the medication.
I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
Oh. She's a pharmacist, too?
In a little village like this, everyone has more than one role.
I wish I could have coffee right now. I mean, I could. I just wouldn't be sleeping for a while. Okay, so we got our prescription. Now, has anyone ever been, like, actually hypnotized before? Hypnosis always ends in ghosts. No deal. No thank you. Okay, so let's check out this prescription.
That's the prescription from Dr. Winterbottom. It says in scribble that I can hardly decipher. Daily 1 times halo paradox, or something like that. Evenings. I guess it makes you sleepy.
Does anybody know what halo paradox is? I've never been hypnotized. I remember trying it with some friends way back in the day, but none of us knew what we were doing, so it didn't work. Kind of sus about it, yeah. What was your experience, Therapy? What did you think? You use hypnosis to go to sleep every night. Really, Phantasma? How do you do that? It's a strong antipsychotic drug. Wow. Okay, maybe we do need that, because we've been having a lot of weird visions.
I wonder if the record of our discussions will end up in there.
Doctor?
How can I help you?
Okay, we have some more things we can talk to her about. Oh, it's to help schizophrenia. Oh, that's pretty cool.
What can you tell me about Warm Hill?
Are we schizophrenic
Well, not
yet?
a lot, really. It's a little hamlet that belongs to Willow Creek. There are only a few people living there. Most of the houses are falling apart. I think it's where all the miners used to live.
About Ralph, our good old buddy Ralph.
Do you know Ralph?
Ralph? No. Who's that?
Oh, not so important.
Something strange happened to me last night. I don't know what was real and what wasn't.
Tell me about it, Adrian.
I was just on my way back to the village when I was attacked by large black dogs in the woods. Fortunately, there was a shack close by, which I was able to hold up in. I couldn't get back out through the door. Once I cut my way outside through the floor with a chainsaw, there were no signs the dogs had been there at all. Then I fell unconscious.
This story sounds insane.
Supposedly, Murray found me there in the middle of the night and brought me back to the hotel. I can't remember any of that.
A classic dream of repression. The black dogs, and then there's nothing there. It's a deep-seated fear of the consequences of your actions.
I don't know that I've ever really had good lucid dreams. I feel like I've had some dreams that I had some control over. I don't think I really knew I was dreaming, so I didn't like really take advantage of it like I could have, you know? I rarely dream. Typically when I sleep, I don't remember my dreams. Every once in a while when I have a bad dream, or just a really, really weird dream, I might remember it for a little bit. And if I don't write it down or if I don't talk about it, it's gone. Just forget what happened, you know? Let's see, you once hypnotized your body asleep, but your mind was awake. That sounds scary. That sounds like that sleep paralysis phantasma, which is supposed to be really scary. Okay, let's ask her about the white lady. It's very generic.
I saw a woman dressed in white. Almost looked like some kind of wedding dress.
Where did you see her?
When I was locked in the shack, from the window, she was standing on the edge of the clearing. She saw me and then disappeared into the woods.
Did she say anything or do anything?
Well, I didn't hear anything, but perhaps. She certainly wasn't just wandering around. It almost seemed as though she was looking for something.
Really? There's a legend here in Willow Creek about a white lady who wanders through the woods looking for her child. In vain, as the story goes, but no one has ever seen her.
Until now.
We have.
Don't worry, Adrian. That's a completely natural reaction to this myth. It originates from the collective longing for a pure mother figure who can be adored like a saint.
We never even heard
Part
of
of the
myth
whole thing
before.
that there are chosen ones who perceive her apparition. And everyone wants to be a chosen one. That's just human.
You've got an explanation for everything, haven't you?
Psychology is the modern theology.
I mean, that doesn't make sense. How would we see something that we want to see if we never even had any idea about it, you know? Like, we didn't know about the myth, so we're not going to see a ghost because we want to see a ghost. We didn't even know it was supposed to be there. Oh, Phantasma. I've had dreams like that where something bad happens, and I think when I wake up, that bad thing actually happened in real life. But it's always nice to know, oh, thank gosh, that was not real. You started having vivid dreams in April for a while. Ugh. Not bueno. Vivid nightmares, I'm sure. Oh, have a good shower, Nate. You dealt with sleep paralysis before, Josh? Oddly enough, towards the end of it, I realized what was going on and I snapped out of it. Thank goodness. Pregnancy dreams are the worst. I mean, can't say. John often dreams of Andy going ham on the token button. As she's spamming the token button, I quickly jump onto my phone and I'm trying to increase the price of everything just to like keep up with inflation. Oh, not dreams because you're pregnant, but dreams of being pregnant, Phantasma. Okay, totally different. Yeah. You love dreaming, Texan. Nightmares alike. I've died so many times. I've also lived very well. You get the best of both worlds. I guess the worst of that world and the best of this world.
What do these black dogs mean? What kind of creatures are they?
Aren't they wolves?
Fleeing from vicious, aggressive dogs. That sounds like a typical nightmare. It expresses the fear of one's own aggressive side. Were the dogs alone, or was someone with them?
No, they were alone. Just the dogs.
Dogs who roam around without a human master suggests a suppressed issue with dominance. It could also suggest exactly the opposite, though. That the dreamer is neglecting a particular part of himself, which is alluded to by the nature of the dogs. What breed of dog were they?
No idea. Hellhounds? They were definitely huge and black.
Is that Georgie?
Large dogs reinforce the meaning I was talking about.
Is he a
The
hellhound?
fact that they're black would suggest their origin in the subconscious.
Are there any tablets I can take for this? Catch you later.
Take care.
Wait a second. Why is he talking about this like it's a dream? You didn't see dogs in a dream. You have this doll, you have the glow-in-the-dark sticker, you have the corkscrew, you have the ruler, you have the file, you have all this stuff from this place you actually went to, and we actually got murdered by the dogs multiple times. They weren't a figment of our imagination. Otherwise we would have woke up when we got attacked. He's talking about this whole thing like it's fake. I don't understand. Okay, let's get out of here. Go get our drugs.
My head's still pounding.
Lucky that Murray found me in the woods yesterday. I probably would have frozen otherwise. I should get this medication as soon as possible. And I could ask the inspector whether Murray's finally corrected his statement. And I've got an appointment with the priest,
Jeez.
too. It can't be that difficult to find my father's grave. Oh, and I should find that ominous place in the woods. Enjoy it, Darren. It's gonna be a long day.
We've got a lot of tasks, guys. First things first, get the drugs. The eyeball appearing on stream. I should make them huge emotes as they float up. Ooh, Sonny Boy didn't yet come to an agreement with his special situation. We're gonna take drugs and make sure it just goes away, Samuel Gordon. I think it's in this old-fashioned shop right here.
Closed. Strange. The shop was still open this time yesterday.
But never mind. They must be on break. Okay, so we're not gonna get the drugs first. Check out our diary. We have a few things to do. Oh yeah, we were gonna check the police station and see if our buddy Murray has come and talked to them yet. If not, do we still have the chainsaw? Gotta take care of him. Alright, let's ask Constable... Is that Constable Zach? Is that what it was?
Hey, Zach.
What do you want now?
Did I say something wrong?
No, I'm just a bit busy. The inspector hasn't been here all morning, and I have to do everything myself.
Oh, we get a new prediction from the fortune teller? That's awesome. Okay, I definitely have to do that every morning. I love that kind of mechanic in the game. Reminds me of Phantasmagoria. Now let's ask about Spooner.
Where's the inspector?
Cafe, I think.
Or maybe you can help me. Has Murray been here about his statement?
Murray? Yes, he was here. Wanted to discuss something urgently with the inspector.
Do you know what it was about?
I can't tell you that.
Weren't we involved? Doesn't it have to do with us? This game takes me back to Broken Sword. I've never played a Broken Sword game, Hermit. I have a bunch of them, I think, in my Steam library. I've never played them. I've heard they're pretty good. How do you like them? And how many are there? Aren't there like 5 or 6 of them? I think there's a bunch. Let's ask about that old-fashioned shop. Why is it closed?
Abaya's shop is closed. Is today some kind of holiday that I don't know about?
No?
Okay, that's it. Let's ask about the lady in white.
I'm sure you must have heard of the White Lady.
She's spooked around the woods for centuries. Why do you ask? Is she a relative of yours too?
Oh, Tiny. With the prices of Steam games, I'm absolutely a game hoarder. I don't hoard physical games, partly because they take up space, and also partly because playing on original hardware, while very cool, can be a pain in the ass. You got batteries that die and need to be replaced, you got other parts that break down and have to be cleaned, and you gotta be good with the maintenance and whatnot. That's not for me. But with Steam Library, I feel confident that my games are gonna keep working over the years. I can play Doom on Steam. Doom came out like, what, 27 years ago or something ridiculous like that? 28 years ago? I forget. Let's see, I think there's about 5 of them. Okay, from my experience with them, you played 1 and 2, but when I found out they went to 3D titles, I got kind of turned off. Yeah, I forget where they went 3D, but I've seen them on Steam sales, and yeah, it looked like they changed the graphics around 3 or 4 or something. But the older ones had like a hand-drawn animated look, didn't they? Ooh, the moment you remember Kingpin from Daredevil is the alien in Men in Black. It's been so long since I've seen that. I do that a lot with Steam games, though. Like, I'll buy some Steam games that I probably will never play them, but they have some sentimental value to me, so I grab them anyway when they're on a deep discount. Like, for example, I got this game called Killing Time on Steam. It's a first-person shooter. I've never actually played it before, but it was originally on the 3DO. And I remember seeing pictures of it, and it looked really cool. And I thought, it's on Steam. Why is this random old game on Steam? Yeah, I'll pick it up. It was a couple bucks. Why not? Scratched games, don't get me started. And that, too. They get damaged with physical games. The original Doom, though, that game's still completely solid. Did you ever play Brutal Doom Therapy? Brutal Doom is amazing. I highly recommend it. Okay, let's ask about the hut in the woods.
By the way, I was in the woods last night and I got chased by some black dogs into a shack. I got locked in, but I managed to escape using a chainsaw. Then I fell unconscious.
You just can't help yourself, am I right? And why are you telling me this?
You look so bored. Goodbye, Constable.
Hummers don't wear ties. I don't know much about that game, Blaze, except it's supposed to be terrible. And it's just like a bunch of pictures and voice, isn't it? It's like no real game to it. Yeah, you'll like it, Therapy. It's almost like you take... Like, it still feels like Doom, but they also make it much more modern and fast-paced with like real mouse look and stuff. It's cool. Disco Elysium. Would you... Now, I've heard of that game. It's on my wish list. But would you call that a point-and-click adventure? Isn't it more of like an RPG? Like where you have combat and you level up and you have stats and everything? What's up, baby? You bored? What's wrong? Andy's hanging out. She's on the futon right now. Andy 2020. Ah, Symphony of the Night. That's another good game to own on everything you possibly can. I can't wait until hopefully it comes out on Steam one day. Aw, Kath and Blaze and Tiny. Everybody says, hi, Andy. And she's gone. Oh, she's gonna go get a brownie. Suddenly John wants to be the arbiter of proper genre descriptions. I was only giving you crap, Blaze, because you gave somebody crap as to calling this a puzzle game. And not that I'm going to say that's the most succinct definition of this game, but it's also not wrong. So it is point-and-click adventure game with an RPG spin. I've heard so many good things about that game. It might be a cool one to stream, but it's also supposed to be very long. But I think you guys would probably like it. But it's not voice acted, is it, Hermit? I think I'd have a hard time playing like a 40, 50-hour game if I had to read out loud every single line of text. There's somebody new here. Who's Matt?
Hey, Matt. So, when you finally gonna get gone with your fun fair?
So, how are we then, eh? Still possessed by the devil?
I wouldn't joke about it if I were you.
That's supposed to be a threat.
Let's say more, well-meant recommendation.
You really have got a few screws loose.
Is this the other prisoner? I think this is the guy that was in prison with us, wasn't he? Yeah, Black Mirror is an experience. Oh, there is voice acting. Ooh, Hermit, you're increasing my chances of possibly playing that game on stream. Is this where you go on vacation, sitting on a barrel?
So, what exactly did go wrong when you were born?
Not half as much as when you were born, Mr. Twisted Firestarter.
Ouch.
Have fun.
Oi, arsehole! When you miss me, paint a heart on the wall.
Will do. In your blood.
Maybe you shouldn't say things like that, dude. Okay, so he was saying the constable, or no, Spooner, Detective Spooner, or Inspector Spooner, he should be in here. So let's check it out. Why the creepy music? What's going on here? Oh, because she's scared of us. That's right. Boo. I also don't trust this music, so I'm going to save it again. I'm sensing anger issues. We haven't done anything to the old lady Phantasma, but because it's such a small town, everybody knows who we are. They think that we burned down a castle and killed a bunch of people. So, yeah, we're kind of like public enemy number one in this town right now.
Huh. There's Bobby, the village idiot. Well, no, that's being unfair. He's pretty much the nicest guy for miles around.
Yeah, Bobby is cool. Don't be calling him village idiot.
Hello, Bobby.
Oh, hi, Darren. Is it true that you're evil now?
Aww.
No, Bobby, you don't need to be scared. I'd never do anything to anyone.
The others said that you set fire to the castle.
You shouldn't believe everything people
Nope.
tell you, Bobby. I'm innocent. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's what Tom says all the time, too. Okay, Darren. I believe you.
Nobody brought Therapy her coffee? Come on. I don't have any coffee emotes, so I would do my best therapy. Kind of rude for the newcomer to be calling it someone the village idiot. Well, we've met him before, Phantasma, in the second game, but he is like seriously like one of the nicest guys. We totally, I don't say we didn't screw him, but we kind of tricked him and stole some stuff from the museum, but he's a super nice guy. Yeah, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time and did the wrong thing. There we go. There's a bunch of coffee emotes. Nice. Yeah, so Bobby's cool. Let's ask him about the inspector.
Tell me, Bobby, do you know the village policeman?
Yeah, but I don't like him. Tom doesn't like him either.
Bobby. Good, you guys are smart. He's a jerk. Let's ask about the cafe.
Are you working here now?
Yeah, but not for money, but for Denise. She's my new girlfriend. I help her out.
And what does Edward have to say
What?
about that?
Nothing. He gives me a cloth and a wash bucket.
I get it.
I don't like how that sounds. It sounds like that she might be taking advantage of him. She's probably not actually his girlfriend. She just gets him to work and do stuff around here. Yeah, Bobby doesn't like Spooner. I'm happy. Bobby's a good judge of character, isn't he? Ooh, you were working on Ancestry today and found someone in your tree who was, and I quote, a true idiot. Spelled just like that. It's almost like, what is that? What Wikipedia, where you can just write whatever you want. Sounds like most relationships. Aw, Tajay. They're not all like that. Ooh, funny thing, just made some iced coffee at 9 p.m. because I was too excited. I'm having homemade oat milk. Ooh, oat milk is delicious. We've been having this thing called, I'm going to screw up the name like I do everything else. It was like called like Delgado or Dalgoma coffee. I'm not sure where it came from, but basically what Andy does is she takes instant coffee and like cream, El Gato, and some sugar, and she makes this whip, like this really thick, very strong coffee flavored whip, right? And then we pour a glass of oat milk and you put this big dollop, Dalgona coffee, that's it, Nate, yeah. You put this big dollop of this whip in there and you mix it really good, and it is delicious with the oat milk. Yeah, it's a popular coffee. Bologna coffee? I don't know how you make homemade oat milk. We just buy it from Trader Joe's, but it's so good. Okay, let's ask about him.
Aren't you working in the museum anymore?
No. Mrs. Puff sent me away.
Aw, why?
The mayor has sent you away? How come she did that?
I didn't take enough care, she said. I did lose the key.
Oh, I'm sorry about
See,
that.
we screwed him out of that. That was our fault. Oat milk is the superior non-milk. I think I'm in agreement, Tiny. Like calorie intake wise, it's not the healthiest of the non-milks, but it's probably the tastiest that I've had so far. And it also, it's like thicker, like a heavy milk, you know? Whereas almond milk is often kind of like runny, I guess, like a very low percent milk, I guess. Okay, let's ask about Denise. I think she's taking advantage of him.
And is Denise happy you're helping her out?
Yeah, she gives me muffins and chocolate.
At least he gets something.
That's kind of her.
But I don't want to have it for nothing. I'll pay for it later. I don't want her to get into trouble.
Oh, Bobby's so nice.
That's nice of you, Bobby. You really like her then?
Oh, yeah. Denise is much prettier than Mrs. Puff. She's even more beautiful than the sun.
Puffed. Not puff, but close. Close, Josh. I don't think I've ever had goat milk. And I don't know if I've ever actually had... I never had oat milk by itself. I have had it with my granola in the morning for breakfast, and that's really good too. Oat milk has a little bit of a sweet flavor. I think it has sugar added to it. Jacob, that's me trying to hit on a girl. You're pretty. Free the oat nipple.
The waiter, Edward, is he pleased that you're helping her as well?
He'd send me away, but I always came back. Then he said that if I make myself useful, I can stay. I'm not allowed to just sit and stare at Denise, because people would get scared of me.
Because it's creepy, dude.
I don't like it if people are scared of me.
I don't like that either.
Edward said as well that if I touch a cake, then I'll have to eat it. And they don't give me coffee anymore because it makes me ill.
Aw. No coffee? So that's about Tom.
What's your brother Tom up to then?
I don't know. He's not around much right now. But that's good too. He said he's going to kill you if he finds you.
Oh, really?
I'd better be going.
Okay, Darren.
Bobby's so cool. He's probably the best character in the game. So, Hermit, you said goat's milk is sweeter and more creamy than like regular cow's milk? I need to try goat's milk. And you said you had it fresh, Therapy. How did you like it? You disgust me with your crimes against milk. You ever heard of that term, my way or the highway?
How you doing?
Wonderfully. What can I do for you, sir?
I think if you were able to look up the word blaze in the dictionary or in the encyclopedia, if it had a picture or a phrase associated with it, that would be it. Use old-fashioned oats or Quaker oats to make oat milk? That's really cool, funny thing. Honestly, if it's not that hard to make, you should post like a recipe or just how you do it, basically, on our Discord. That would definitely be something that Andy would like to try out. Let's ask the waiter about Spooner. We need to talk to Spooner.
Has the inspector been here yet today?
No, sir. I haven't seen him all day. I've just got here.
And Denise?
We were told he was here.
Denise has also disappeared.
Both of them not there, huh?
No.
I'd better be going.
Please, do us the honor again soon, sir.
Okay, my guess is maybe they're back here making out.
I better not go in there right now, or Denise will bar me from the place.
I'm assuming she's still back there. Okay, well, nothing here. We had all these things that we had to do today. That's what I was saying, Blaze. Probably back there. How is going vegan going for you, Aether? That's really cool. So you just need water, the rolled oats, and a blender. Now that sounds really easy. I mean, I would probably add a little bit of sugar just because of the stuff that we buy, I think, has it in there, and it's so good. Not a lot, just enough. Oh, we need to do the telephone box and call the psychic. Where is it? Here we go. So you just have to drop it on there and then you'll make the phone call. We got a really creepy psychic reading last time.
Hello, Madame Fortuna.
Adrian, I knew you would call again.
Who else could it be?
Pick a card.
Stop.
I've drawn the cherries.
I think the chariot's bad.
Oh, you were stuck in the snow?
No. No. Your card, Adrian. You're looking for the right way. You will have to make a decision. And I see death.
Death.
Again.
Someone will shoot out your light.
How am I supposed to understand that?
You don't need to understand, Adrian, but you can put up a fight.
Someone will shoot out
How
our
can I
light.
put up a fight?
Stay away from shootings.
Yeah. Thanks.
It's just that easy. You know how you avoid shootings? You stay away from
What
shootings.
a load of crap.
His impression of her was amazing. Oh, the dairy is the toughest part to avoid, Aether? I believe that. How do you feel about vegan cheese? I've tried their cheeses a couple times, and I wasn't too impressed, but I know it all depends on the brand and whatnot. I haven't had the best luck. I don't go out of my way to eat vegan. Andy's not vegan, I'm not vegan, but we have some vegan friends. And when we have parties, we usually try to make a few things that they can eat as well. And that's been one of the trickiest things, is finding good vegan cheese. Let me check this. What else do we have to do? I know we had to go back to the church. We do need to talk to Victoria again. Let me just read this real quick, 'cause this is new. Victoria's our grandma, right? How could Victoria be getting on? She's completely on her own in the castle. No Eleanor, no Bates. There's no one anymore. Maybe I can help her somehow. I could live up there and be around for her. That's the least I could do. She hates me. Victoria blames me for everything. I should have stayed away. A long way away in Boston. And then there's a vision as well. I'd never do anything to hurt Victoria. Remember we had a vision that we basically suffocated her with a pillow? It was Angelina who contrived everything. She lured me here, and it was she who had all these people on her conscience. Victoria doesn't believe a word. I say, or if I only have one kind of evidence, I could show her. So we don't need to go back there yet. First we need to get the evidence. Okay. Depends on the perspective, because if you still eat cheese, you're obviously going to compare it to something you can still actively eat. And that's true, Tiny. I mean, I can only make comparisons with what I've already had, but there's some things like gluten-free that don't have, gluten-free breads, you know? I've had some gluten-free breads that taste great. Bread is something that gluten-free has a hard time doing. Cookies and brownies, honestly, gluten-free cookies and brownies are just as good as regular gluten cookies and brownies. Alright, we found another crow. Let me know if you guys see any crows, because we need to click on all those guys. I'm sure I've missed a bunch already. Oh, nooch makes a pretty good cheesy flavor substitute to go in other dishes. I'll have to look for that next time we're making something like that, either. Nooch. We just came from the doctor. Oh, this museum said they were going to open. I don't think they're open yet.
There's a poster hanging here. We'll
Nope, still a few days. Nate, it seems like for brownies and cookies, you just take out a little bit of the flour and you add more fat, which makes them just that much more delicious. Okay, let's go back to the hotel and talk to that guy. Yeah, that makes it even easier, Tiny. If it's some food that you don't even care about, then you don't even have to find a substitute, you know? I would have a hard time.
Murray isn't there.
No Murray? I'm not crazy. Like, I don't have to have cheese all the time, but I enjoy cheese. Andy would... She'd wither and die without cheese. No Murray. I'll check out my room real quick. Texan, I'm 50% cheese. What is your favorite food? Of anything, could be an entire meal or just one particular food, but like, what's your favorite thing to eat? What could you not live without? Cheese is 99% of my diet right now, Phantasma. 99%. Are you vegetarian? Okay, so we couldn't go there. Let's see. I don't think we can go back to the castle yet. We could try. But he also said he wanted to go to the church? Yeah, the church. Let's see if we can talk to the priest. Cheese is one of your top 10? Ooh, bacon. Bacon in general, that'd be a tough one to give up. I do like seafood. I'm a big fan of sushi. I can eat just fish, too. Crab. Crab is one of my favorites for seafoods.
The church is closed.
Oh.
Then I've got enough time to search in the woods for that place I've got in my memory. And I could pick up my medications from the shop.
Alright, so while we're waiting for the church, on the map, can I go to that weird little place that we got stuck at? Lighthouse, Black Mirror Castle. Does it even show up on the map? Here we go, Crossing in the Woods. That's not it. I don't see it on the map. I think this might be it right here. Not quite. I think it was this way and then to the left. Yeah, seafood, I don't have a problem with the texture, but I know a lot of people do. Some of it's very chewy, depending on what you're having. This is where we got mauled by the wolves over and over.
According to the map,
Phantasma.
this stream's called Old Wansford.
I'd rather starve, thank you. Oh, funny thing.
The
Speaking of
shack
that,
is even creepy during the day.
it's also one of Andy's favorite things in the world, but rice. I bet you'd have a hard time getting along without rice. I probably have rice.
I'm not at all interested in going back into that creepy shack.
I thought we were supposed to come back here.
Fortunately, the shack is built on stilts. Otherwise, I'd probably still be trapped inside.
Yeah, I probably have rice no less than 3 times a week. Oh, does seafood have a texture or a flavor? Well, when you have like, oh, sorry, you weren't asking a question. You were making a joke. Never mind. It depends on the creature. Has both. Everything has both. Most people usually have problems with the texture, though. Some people don't like fish flavor, though.
These are provisions for the winter. Although I can't imagine that Ralph did this.
Let's see, you grew up working on fishing boats and you still hate it. Well, that might be the reason you hate it, Nate. I've heard a lot of people when they're around some kind of food industry stuff for too long, they end up hating it. Either because they know how it's made or where it comes from, or you just get sick of it.
Just don't touch, or everything will collapse.
You wouldn't want to
Perhaps it used to be a
break his house, would you?
lumberjack's cabin. Now it's Ralph's new hideout. Definitely better than the corrugated iron shed at the academy. Yeah,
I don't eat fish enough. I should. For me, it's primarily chicken. Once in a while, beef. I don't eat fish enough. I do like it though, but Andy's not a fan of fish, so we don't have it around the house very much. When we go out, when we could go out, I would get fish though. That's how you feel about McDonald's? Oh, I used to love McDonald's when I was a kid. You were asking a serious question, Blaze? I wasn't sure because it seemed like you answered yourself.
A rain butt. Must always be full around here.
Alright, so what was the point of coming back to this spot? This is the spot he was talking about, right? Oh, dragging marks. We missed this before.
Dragging tracks. Huh. Apparently, this is where Murray rescued me. But I can't remember a thing.
This is where we passed out. Tajay, I'm with you there on steak. I love a good steak. When I'm barbecuing on the grill out there, one of my favorite things to make is a big tri-tip roast, and it lasts a few meals, and it's just really good. If you like red meat. We can go to the castle, but we're not going to be able to do anything there. They're not going to let us in. Well, yesterday you assembled a picnic table therapy, so now you can sit outside and enjoy my coffee and John Cadia with the first rays of sunshine. Oh, that is so cool. I love that therapy. We need a picture. We need a picture when that happens. That's so cool. I want to see what this scene looks like. I love it when you post pictures that when you're at a hotel or something and John Cadia is up on the big screen. That's so cool. Imagine this picturesque scene, having a nice cup of coffee, and then John fumbling around getting all these characters killed, trying to give wine to children. It's terrible. Way to ruin the mood, John. Okay, so I think we've looked at every place. I think we need to go back and possibly get our drugs now. You'll get a picture, sweet. Oh, it's already been posted. Nice. I could check that out when I'm also looking at Blaze's game requests. Possible game requests. You had pork last summer, Tiny, on the barbecue? It was the first time in nearly 2 years. Oh, and you were sick all day because of it. Oof. Andy tried to be vegetarian for a little while, and then I forget what it was. I think she was having pizza or something, and they had hid the pepperonis underneath the cheese. I think she was having a friend's pizza, and it looked like just a cheese pizza. But you know how some places they put the toppings underneath the cheese? Heathens. Anyway, she accidentally ate some pepperoni, and by the time she's like, I mean, she wasn't doing it like she needed to or anything. It was just to try it out, and then she went back to having meat again. Wait, you don't give wine to kids? Well, it didn't work in the game I was playing, Jacob. I tried. Didn't work. Okay, let's see if the shop is open again. Both sides of the topping.
Strange.
That place is still closed. Alright. Is the inspector back yet? Nope, he's not back yet either. What are we looking for? I don't see it very often, Blaze, but I have seen at least a couple pizza places that do that. Oh, you heading out, Josh? Thank you so much for hanging out. We just got a few minutes here left, but I appreciate you joining us. Always good to see you, dude. Hopefully we'll see you again on Saturday. All right, what am I missing here, guys? Let's check the journal. I mean, they gave us 5 tasks to do. Okay, my father's grave. Tried to go there. We actually don't know where our father's grave is yet. We need to talk to the pastor to find that out. I love it how we cross things out when we're done with it. It's very handy. Okay, the order. Maybe I can get the chance to ask Victoria about it. Or take a look around Miss Valley's house. She was the leader in the end. Okay. So we need to find out something about the order. We don't even know how to get there yet. It depends on the pizza, Blaze. If it's a real thin piece of pizza, you know, and the toppings don't look like they're overloaded, I'll just eat it with my hands. But if it looks like I'm going to make a crazy mess, sometimes I will use a knife and fork. It depends on the pizza. Prefer not to. Prefer just to eat it with my hands if I can. Okay, place in the wood. This is what I missed. I'm supposed to find a place in the wood. A place I saw during my hypnosis. A hole that Angelina fell into. It's worth a try. Could be that Dr. Winterbottom's right and I really do need some kind of anchor in reality. And if not, then the medication I'm supposed to pick up could still help me. Okay, so we need to find the place in the woods still. That's what we're missing. Okay. Of course, they're not going to mark it for us, so we just kind of need to wander around a bit. Tasha, sociopath eats pizza with a knife and a fork. You've never eaten it with your hands, Blaze. I mean, I've always thought eating with your hands was traditional, but sometimes it's just not practical, depending on the pizza. You can still try. I'm not a super messy eater. I try to be clean, so that's partially why I'll use a knife and fork for some pizza. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's this path here.
I have no idea where that path leads. Before I get myself lost in the woods, I'd rather stay on the road.
Nope, not yet. Okay. That goes to the lighthouse. There was a hint? Oh, sorry, I missed your thing up there. It's a bit tricky. You need to get your meds, and the doctor said you'll get it in the shop, but the shop is closed. So we can't get in there yet. Is the meds the next thing I have to do before moving on? Do we need to break into the shop? Can we not wait for, what was her name, Adaya or something to get back? I assume that we just had to accomplish some other task and then time would pass and it would be open. Let's use our corkscrew on the old-fashioned shop. How about the file? Dang it. Our key? Probably not. Pencil? No. Oh, ask the doctor for an alternative. Okay, I missed that part. I mean, the doctor purposely doesn't have burn it down.
Hello, doctor? Can I ask you a quick question?
I mean, maybe what would the doctor give me as an alternative, though? Because she can't actually give me drugs. And the only place to pick the stuff up is closed, so even an idea for an alternative might not work.
Doctor?
Gotta help me,
How can I help you?
There's a problem with my medication.
You don't like the taste? That's normal. Swallow them with orange juice instead of water.
No, it's
Not
not
yet.
that. The shop's closed, and it doesn't look like Abaya is there.
Oh, I forgot completely. Abaya's always in Ipswich on Tuesdays. She does a self-defense course there.
Ipswich.
I would have thought a refereeing course would be more her thing. And how do I get my medication now?
Well, if the postman has already been, he's probably left the deliveries in the barrel next to the door.
Barrel next to the door with medication. What if someone steals
I
it?
did not expect this.
Right next to the police station. I don't think so.
Here's to village life. Catch you later.
Take care.
Nobody's paying attention to that police station. I don't even think they have a clear window outside. Could we just, like, drop our little piece of paper prescription in there and swap it for our drugs? Wouldn't let me use the item. Let's just try opening it.
Just look at that. That's Abaya's mailbox. And there's the post from today.
Yoink. Are you gonna, like, leave your prescription thing or
Package
something?
is from a tea supplier.
It says here that the customer is Gordon's Palace. Either the postman's quite lazy, or he doesn't like Murray. Maybe I should take the package to him. I'll be dropping by the hotel sooner or later.
Oh.
What else is there?
Wait, so we're just stealing mail right now. We're not actually just trying to get our prescription. Okay, I got it. There's the drugs.
That must be mine. The sender's a drug company. I'll leave the prescription in the barrel, so a buyer knows that I picked up my medication myself.
Thank goodness. The barrel really cares about your prescription. Zoinks! Have you been experiencing voices in your head? We're not on speaking terms right now. It's fine. I mean, you could have Hawaiian pizza, Aether. You just gotta find the best, whatchamacallit, vegan cheese to try that out with.
A packet of tea from Murray. At least that's what's written on it.
Now, last time we went to the hotel, he wasn't there. Do I just take my medicine? Oh, the ham. Didn't think about that. Is there a good substitute for any kind of pork product? I don't think so. I mean, there are some vegan meats, but I'm not sure about, like, ham specifically. No, dang it.
The medication that Dr. Winterbottom prescribed for me.
Are you not going to take it? Oh, there we go.
Halo Paradox. For the treatment of acute psychosis with delusion, hallucinations, or cognitive disorders.
We got all those.
Oh, great. She's declared me officially crazy.
So he's not going to take it. If I click on this again, does he just read that again?
The medication that Dr.
Yeah, okay. So we'll probably need it later.
Halo Paradox. Oh, great.
I never understood that. Why is it Canadian bacon? Just like longer pieces of ham versus like, I guess our American bacon, just like the strips of all the fatty, salty parts. Don't know why they changed drug name by one letter. Did they screw up the word drug? Or the actual name of the drug? They screwed that up. Long ham. Okay, so before we wrap this up, let's try going to the hotel. Ooh, getting another coffee. Here it is, Gordon's Palace Hotel. Not owned at all by the Gordon family, by the way. They could totally sue the crap out of this guy. You mean Adrian, please, Adrian. Actually, bacon and maple syrup. There's a bar around here. They do what they call breakfast shots, which is a shot of whiskey and a piece of bacon, and it's a long shot. You put the bacon inside the shot of whiskey. So what you do is you take the shot and you eat the bacon basically at the same time, and then you chase it with a little shot of orange juice. So it's basically like having breakfast in alcohol form. And you get a piece of bacon every time you order one of the shots. He's not here. He's still not back. Okay, this is probably a good time to save it. And I have to check, whatchamacallit, Discord. We got a few things to look at before we wrap the stream up. 17? Why in the world did I type 17? I thought we were on save 6. I'm confusing. It's really good. I mean, the bacon with the whiskey, it does make it, gives it kind of like a mapley flavor. Of course, if you have a maple whiskey, that'd be even better.